So
All
one
right.
thing I've like noticed in, about, comedy in general is that it's not really the field that comes to mind when we think about Desi people, when we think about Hindu people. We usually think about like doctors or like, engineers, the stereotypical STEM fields. No one thinks about comedy when we talk about brown people. So first off, like why did you go into comedy?
My friend made me do it, and he used to always tell me I was in anatomy and physiology, and there was this white kid that I was classmates with, and he used to always tell me, "You're not going to be a doctor. You're going to be a stand-up comedian. I'm going to be your manager." And then that
Mhm,
was like something that seemed cool, but I was like not anything I ever thought I could do.
mhm,
And then the next, or maybe 2 years later, we went to college. It was like an hour and a half apart, and he made me do it. And then from there, it was kind of like that's what I knew I wanted to do. But yeah, you weren't supposed to, especially this was like the early 2000s. Again, I'm old. So as an Indian kid, it's like, that's not even a real thing. Russell wasn't a thing yet. So it
right,
just seemed ridiculous. And then Russell made it, and that kind of made it possible. But I think also I had a year in between graduating college and getting into med school. I didn't get in. I needed to like, my MCAT score wasn't quite good enough, and like all that stuff kind of lined up to where I could take this year and explore. And
right,
then once my mom gave me the go ahead, I asked for her permission. And once she said go ahead, um, then it was like, all right, let's go for a year. And then after a year, it was just kind of like, I just know this is what I have to do. And I
right,
can't, I don't recommend it to everybody. I don't like everybody that's like, I want to follow my dreams. I don't think everybody should. But I was willing to sacrifice whatever. Like, I don't need to go out with friends and drink on a Friday night. I don't need to live that life. Like, I can struggle for years and not make money, and it'll all be worth it for me. And luckily, it ended up working out. It still doesn't work out a lot of times, so I think I was very fortunate in just again being friends with a guy like Andrew, who blew up at the right time, and then we had great chemistry and started this podcast. And like, if things still had to fall in the right place for me, and I'm very fortunate and blessed that happened. But I get why our parents. Long story short, I get why our parents are like, no, be a doctor. That's secure money.